Biography of Jack Ma, Alibaba Group and Success Story. Jack Ma's biography is not just a success story, Jack Ma's biography is a history and an inspiration. An example of keeping the light of dreams and hope burning in the midst of extreme adversity and failure. Let's take a look at the life history of this remarkable man. Who is Jack's mother? Real name, Ma Yun. Famous for, founder, former CEO, current executive chairman of Alibaba.com and Alibaba Group. Net worth, $40.1 billion, April 2019. Born, October 15, 1964. Country, China. Jack Ma biography. If you also dream of changing yourself and the world one day with your efforts, talent, and hard work, then Laker's gift for you, Jack Ma's complete life story in Bengali. Jack Ma's story at a glance. Jack Ma is a Chinese entrepreneur who is the founder, former CEO, and current executive chairman of Alibaba, the world's largest online wholesale shopping site. According to April 2019, his current wealth is $40.1 billion. This huge wealth makes him one of the richest people in the world today. In the recent history of the world, Jack Ma is one of the people who contributed the most to bringing business to where it is today. Forbes magazine lists him as one of the most powerful and influential people in the world almost every year. In 2017, Fortune magazine ranked him second in the list of the world's 50 best leaders. Jack Ma's growing up and education. Making a super hit movie on Jack Ma's life story is not an issue. If you read it cover to cover you will too. Jack Ma Yun was born on October 15, 1964, in Hangzhou City, Zhejiang Province, China, into a poor family. His parents were professional storytellers and musicians. The income in this profession was not very high. No one ever dreamed that the second mother Yun would become such a big business magnate among two brothers and a sister. His first passion as a child was English language. At that age, he understood that there is no alternative to learning English to change the situation. He worked as a free guide for English-speaking tourists visiting the Hangzhou International Hotel, in exchange for listening to English. For 9 years, he cycled 70 miles around the tourist area, just to learn English. At one point he became friends with one such tourist. That person gave Ma Yun the name Jack Ma, because the Chinese name was difficult for the English to pronounce. Unlike Elon Musk or Barack Obama, Jack Ma wasn't a sloppy student. College entrance exams in China are held only once a year. All colleges had exams at the same time, and it took Jack 4 years to pass the exams and get into college. He graduated in 1988 with a BA degree from the English department of Hangzhou Teachers Institute, now Hangzhou Normal University. After that, in 2006, he took a degree in business education from the Chengkong Graduate School of Business in Beijing. Failure. Before Alibaba, Jack Ma was truly a complete failure. After failing 4 times to get into college, when he passed out, he once again felt what failure is all about. This is the saddest, yet powerful part of Jack Ma's life story. Before joining Hangzhou Tianji University as an English lecturer, he tried 30 jobs and failed at every one. In an interview on an American talk show, Jack Ma said, "When I applied for a police job, 9 out of 10 people got the job. I was told, you are not suitable. When KFC came to my town, 24 of us applied for jobs. 23 people got jobs. I was left out. I applied to Harvard University and was rejected 10 times. Then I thought, maybe one day I will give a lecture at Harvard." In another interview Jack said, "When we started Taobao in 2003, my team was told to come home with 4 things to sell. Most of us can't find 4 things to sell at home. Because we were very poor financially." Alibaba is not Jack Ma's first business venture. Before this, he started 2 businesses. And neither had success to speak of. You will know that story in the next part. Introduction to Internet. Jack Ma enjoyed his job as an English teacher. But the salary was very low. Only $12 a month. Nothing can be done on this meager salary. His aim was to get out of poverty. Behind studying so hard was the desire to get rid of poverty. But despite getting a respectable job after his studies, his financial condition remained poor. Jack Ma once thought that he could start a business using his knowledge of English. In the early 90s, he opened his translation firm. For money, he would translate various things from Chinese to English, and from English to Chinese. Sometimes he worked as an interpreter. He went to America in 1995 with the job of one such interpreter. A year ago he first came to know about the internet. He saw the internet for the first time after moving to America, and it had a profound effect on him. Hard to believe, the founder-owner of one of the largest internet-based businesses in the world today became familiar with the internet at the age of 30. The first word Jack Ma searched for on the internet was beer. Although there was a beer search of several companies from different countries, no Chinese company was there. China used to make some pretty good beer though. Also, he searched for more things about China, but found nothing. This makes Jack Ma quite worried. And since then the idea of doing business using the internet came to his mind. He knew absolutely nothing about the internet. He didn't even know how to operate a computer well, but he realized that this thing will one day rewrite the history of the world. Jack Ma's business history and career. Before Alibaba. Not having found much information about China when he first used the internet, Jack opened a website about China with the help of his American friends. The website was launched at 9:40 a.m., and by 12:30 p.m. several businessmen in China had emailed to speak with him. Jack Ma immediately understood that business can be started with the internet. In April 1995, Jack Ma, his wife Kathy Zhang, and some of their friends raised $20,000 to start their first company. This company called China Pages used to create websites for various Chinese companies in exchange for money. Jack Ma took the help of his American friends to run the company. He himself looked after the contacts, contracts, etc. with Chinese companies. Jack Ma said at a conference in 2010 that he had never written a single line of code program in his life. He first bought himself a computer at the age of 33. In another interview, he said, "The first day we connected to the web, I invited my friends and some TV journalists. I set up a very slow dial-up connection and turned on the internet. It took 3.5 hours to load half of the page. We spent this time eating and chatting. But I was very proud. I proved to them that the internet really does mean something." After running the China Pages company for 3 years, they have a capital of $800,000. Then Jack Ma's life story took a new turn. Alibaba chapter. From 1998 to 1999, Jack Ma worked as the head of an IT company under China's Ministry of Foreign Trade. In 1999, he quit his job and returned to his hometown of Hangzhou and joined 18 friends to start the online wholesale site Alibaba. In telling the history of Alibaba's naming, Jack Ma said, "At the time of starting, I felt that since the internet is a global thing, the name of our organization should also be global, as well as easily recognizable. At that time, the name Yahoo was the best. I had been trying to come up with a name like that for a long time. Then it suddenly occurred to me that the name Alibaba might be good. As luck would have it, I was having lunch at a restaurant in San Francisco when the thought occurred to me. When the waitress came to serve the food, I asked her if she knew Alibaba. He said he knew. I asked, "What is Alibaba?" He said, "Chiching fuck." Awesome. After going out on the street, I asked about 20 people about Alibaba. Everyone knows about Alibaba, 40 thieves and their treasure. I realized it could be a really cool name. So that everyone can catch and remember it at once, and the name starts with a. In October 1999 and January 2000, Alibaba received a total investment of $25 million. Their plan was to develop China's domestic e-commerce market. And at the same time, helping China's small and cottage industries to compete in the international market. In 2003, Jack Ma founded Taobao marketplace Alipay, Alimama, and Links, modeled on eBay, to improve the international e-commerce system. These ventures were seen as madness at the time. No one thought Jack Ma would succeed in every venture. A newspaper at the time called him Crazy Jack or Mad Jack. But within a short time, Taobao has become a very successful e-commerce site. Because of this success, eBay wanted to buy Taobao for a huge amount of money, but Jack Ma turned down the offer, and instead accepted a $1 billion investment from Yahoo co-founder Jerry Yang. Currently, Taobao Marketplace is the #1 e-commerce website in the world, and 8th among the most visited websites in the world. According to a 2018 Alexa report, an average of 61.7 million people use the site every month. Alipay, currently Ant Financial, is the world's most expensive fintech or financial technology company, with a current market value of $150 billion. Jack Ma was nicknamed Crazy because of this Alipay idea. It is currently the world's largest mobile and online payment platform. In September 2014, Alibaba issued an IPO on the New York Stock Exchange. Through this, they get $25 billion investment. This is the largest IPO in U.S. economic history, which no U.S. company has ever done. Jack Ma is currently the executive chairman of Alibaba Group. There are total 9 major companies under Alibaba Group. In 2017, Ma met with American President Donald Trump and promised to create 1 million jobs in the American market. On September 10, 2018, he announced that he would fully retire from Alibaba within a year and focus on expanding education and human service. Before that, he voluntarily retired from the post of CEO of Alibaba to become the executive chairman. According to Jack Ma, every successful person should stop thinking about money after the age of 50 and focus on human service and making new people successful. Personal life. Like Steve Jobs, Jack Ma prefers to keep his family and personal life out of the media. Not much information is available about his family background. While a student, Jack Ma met Kathy Zhang. Later, they got married. Jack always acknowledges Kathy's contribution to Jack's success. At 5 feet 5 inches, Jack is not handsome at all. Jack was a failed man when he met Kathy. But still Kathy fell in love with Jack. Kathy later said, "It's true that he's not handsome. But there was, or is, something in him that I have never found in any other man." Jack Ma is so secretive about his family that the names of his other 2 children, except for his son Ma Yuansuan or Jerry Ma, who was born in 1992, were kept secret for a long time. Although the name of his second child, daughter, Ma Yuanbao, was revealed recently, the name of his third child is still unknown. Jerry Ma graduated from the University of California, Berkeley. Besides, not much else is known about him. However, for several years after birth, Jerry's mother did not see his parents very closely. Jack and Kathy were both very busy with Alibaba, and Jerry was put in a daycare center 5 days a week. Jerry at one point became addicted to video games. Extreme antisociality occurs in its use. Jack then asked Kathy to leave her position as Alibaba's general manager to take care of the children. Although reluctant at first, Kathy resigned from her position for the sake of the children. Awards and recognition. Jack Ma has received many awards and recognitions in his life for his contribution to business and humanity as a successful entrepreneur, philanthropist, leader. Here are some of the main ones. In 2004, China National Television named him one of the top 10 economic persons of the year. This was his first major recognition. In 2005, the World Economic Forum selected him as a young international leader. In 2005, for the first time, he was included in the list of the 25 most powerful business people in the world. Jack Ma was recognized as one of the top 30 CEOs in the world in 2008. In 2009, Time magazine named him one of the 100 most powerful people in the world. In 2009, Jack Ma was named one of the 10 most respected entrepreneurs in China. In the same year, China's state television awarded him the Business Leader of the Decade award. In November 2013, Jack Ma was awarded an honorary doctorate degree by the Hong Kong University of Science and Technology. Hashtag in 2014, Forbes magazine listed him as the 30th most powerful person in the world. Hashtag in 2015, Jack Ma was awarded Entrepreneur of the Year by the Asian Awards. Hashtag in 2017, Fortune magazine ranked him second among the top 50 leaders in the world today. Hashtag in May 2018, he was awarded an honorary doctorate degree by the University of Hong Kong for his contributions to technology. Some interesting facts from Jack Ma's life story. Hashtag since 1988 Jack Ma practiced a martial art called Tai Chi. The 2017 Kung Fu movie Gong Shou Dao proves that he knows the art well. He is seen fighting alongside the world's top martial arts stars such as Jet Li and Donnie Yen of Ip Man fame. If you don't believe, just search the name of the movie on YouTube and you will understand. Hashtag in 2014, at Alibaba's annual rally, Jack Ma dressed up as Kimhut Kamaka and performed a special part of the song Lion King in front of 20,000 workers. The Daily Mail gave him the title of world's weirdest billionaire. Later in 2017, in front of his staff, he danced and sang on stage to Michael Jackson. The name Crazy Jack is no longer there. Hashtag Jack Ma regularly attends birthdays, weddings, etc. of his company's employees. He got this education to stand by the workers from The Godfather. Hashtag Jack Ma's biggest inspiration is a fictional character, Forrest Gump. He considers Forrest, the main character of the famous movie Forrest Gump, starring Tom Hanks, as a symbol of standing up after failing again and again. Hashtag when Bill Clinton expressed concern about the economic condition of the Chinese people on a talk show, Jack Ma said to his face, "You don't have to think so much." As Americans love to spend, their economic status shows. We Chinese like to hoard money rather than show spending. Appendix, Jack Ma, A History and Inspiration. Jack Ma is the biggest inspiration for young entrepreneurs in today's world. Many people may have achieved success like him, or greater than him, but Jack Ma is unique in coming up from a very poor situation by capitalizing only on his own morale and self-confidence, in the midst of 100 adversities. Jack Ma is the idol, beloved person, close person of millions of young people in today's world, who has not forgotten his roots despite being the owner of billions of dollars. He is still the same Mayun in his behavior and speech. Despite so much success, whose feet are still on the ground. To inspire and entertain thousands of workers who perform on stage in traditional ensembles, who does not hesitate to resign from the coveted position of the institution built by his own hands for the development of his country and youth. His biography teaches us that no matter how difficult the situation may be, no matter how many failures, if a person perseveres in his goal to grow, nothing is impossible. Having been rejected 10 times at Harvard, Jack Ma told himself, "I may not be able to study, but I will lecture there one day." This is the difference between people like Jack Ma and ordinary people. That is why he became a man, a history. When others lose the courage to dream, when they fail to dream, people like Jack Ma dream bigger. Being able to follow this dream, and not break down in failure, is the secret to the success of people like Jack Ma. We hope Jack Ma's life story inspires you too. Only then will all our research and pain be worthwhile. Let us know in the comments what you think of Jack Ma's biography. If you think others will be inspired by this article, please share it so everyone can see it. Ladaku wants to be with you every step of the way to success.